Hey, this is DEMSKI with the Single Dad Nomad, and today we're going to talk about ways that you can actually save money by working online. Perhaps the most obvious way that you're going to save money by working online is the money that you're going to save not having to commute to work. That's because the average commute in the United States is roughly 16 miles each way. That's 32 miles per day with roughly 252 work days each year. That means you're going to be driving roughly 8,064 miles each year just to get yourself to work and then back home. And since on average you're going to get 24.9 miles per gallon, that means you're going to use roughly 324 gallons of gasoline each year. With an average gallon of gas at about $2, you're going to be saving about $650 a year on gas, not commuting to work since you're working online. But it's not just gasoline that your car uses, you're also using oil. If you're traveling at least 8,000 miles a year just to get to work and back, that's at least 2 oil changes per year. According to Angie's List, the average oil change is $46 at twice per year. That's $92 a year you're going to save extra on oil. And of course, don't forget your car washes. According to Groupon, it usually costs about $10 to get a car wash. If you do that once a week, that's another $520 that you can save just by working online and not using your vehicle every day. And of course, there's other costs like washer fluid, power steering fluid, coolant, and antifreeze. All these things can nickel and dime you along the way. And of course, vehicles need insurance and repairs, and you're not going to avoid those entirely. But if you are working online, that means you're going to be driving less, which likely means that your insurance will stay low and you'll have fewer repairs. When it comes to the commute, though, it's not just the cost of the car that is wasting you money. There's something even more important, and that's the time we spend commuting every day. Now, how can we possibly quantify how much money we're losing by driving to work every day and spending time in traffic? As mentioned earlier, at about 16 miles each way, Americans are spending about 1 hour per day in traffic, which comes out to 5 hours a week. That's over 20 hours each month that you are spending in traffic. And if you think about it that way, that is a full half week's worth of work each month. So what that means is we're losing an additional 6 weeks worth of work each year just because we're driving to work. That's an additional 11% of your time that you could put into productivity instead of just commuting. So aside from the time and money that you put into your car, there's another big economical drain on your finances when it comes to having a traditional job and not working online. And that's how much money you put into your clothing. Think about this. How many new clothes do you buy each year? How many of them do you actually need? And how many of them are specifically for work-related purposes? We know that professional clothing can be very expensive, especially if you are constantly reinvigorating your closet. So this is one of the reasons I love working online, is that you don't need to have a full ensemble all the time. Just think for a minute, if you have to go into a meeting every day wearing a dapper 3-piece suit and a new one so you make sure you stay fresh, that can get really expensive. Whereas if you are working online and all of your meetings are virtual like this, all you really need is the shirt because no one else can see anything else. The third thing that you're really going to be able to save money on by working online is all the stuff that keeps you clean. I'm talking about toiletries and makeup and all the little accessories that make you look good every day. Shaving blades, creams, lotions, hair products. Girls, how much do you spend on makeup every day? I have no idea. But I know that I don't need to shave every single day if I'm not going into a job. I can just work online and keep a little bit of my beard going here, no big deal. So that saves me time and money. And again, girls, I don't know how much time you spend putting on your makeup, but if you calculate all the time and all the money you put into it, just imagine how much money you could save just by working online. I really hate to be cliche, but I'll be cliche here just so I can clarify upon it. Here we go. Time is money. I did it. I was cliche. And I'm okay. So are you aware that anything your boss is paying you, they can pay you that because they make way more money than you on your work. And don't you sometimes think that you could do your boss's job? This may come without saying, but the time that you're putting into someone else's business is making them a lot richer than what it's making you. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out and just quit your job because it's unfair and you're not being paid what you're actually generating. I'm saying that in the long run, you need to be looking for ways to improve your bottom line, not the bottom line of other people. And as someone who's interested in making money online, that should really be one of your top priorities. Make your money first. So just make sure that you're thinking about how much time you're putting into your job and into someone else's bottom line, and then think about how much time you're putting into your own bottom line. Obviously, the cliche is time is money, but let's clarify that. I like to say your time is your money. And the time you save yourself by working online is money that goes back into your pocket. And it's not just time that we're wasting that's making us lose money because we're working in these positions. It's also the services that we have to use because we're employed as such. Once you start working from home, you'll find that you just do more at home, which means you don't need a lot of the costly services that you had formerly been using. So while you may think eating out is necessary, you'll actually find with some free time, you can learn how to cook really well. Or you might think that going to the gym and getting a massage is absolutely necessary, but you'll find that not going into your job is going to leave you with much less stress and room to exercise on your own time, for example. So you can definitely save money by working online and avoiding these necessary services. So this next one only applies to people who have kids. So if you don't have kids, go ahead and skip to the next one. But man, childcare, do not get me started. If you're a single parent like me, it's really hard to get work done while your kids are at home. So you send them off to school or daycare, and daycare for me and my daughter was $1,000 a month for one child. Now that I've taken her out of all that nonsense, all that money goes right back into my pocket. The biggest cost that you're going to see and the best way that you can save money is by not spending your life away working in a job you don't like. That's because once you start working online, you have much more time, which allows you much more freedom, and your stress levels will drop significantly. I can't tell you the freedom that I've found by working online. You know, no more robotic checking in, hypnotic checking out, no more 2 long weeks and 2 short weekends. Life is just much more pleasing when you are working online. And you know, working online is not easy. So if you want to learn how to make your first $1,000 a month online, click on this video right here. Or if you want to learn how to get started freelancing, click on this video right here. Please subscribe if you want to learn more about these concepts, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.